One of the biggest lessons that I've learned this week is that you cannot be perfect at everything. It's now a process of elimination. If you know the saying, woman in a red dress, you'll know what I mean. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, it means that as an entrepreneur, you have so many different things that you need to tackle at one time. And it's about tackling the right things at the right time. There's going to be things that pop in front of you that aren't necessarily driven towards the goal of yourself or the business, but they will tempt you and you need to say no to them. This is one of the most important things that I've learned, because you can't solve everything just like that. What you need to do is solve one thing first, and once you've solved that one thing, then you move on to the next thing to solve. Because what will happen is something will break. When you fix this problem, something else will happen. And this is why it's so important to track the data, because if you don't track the data, you don't know what you need to improve on. And that's been a massive lesson for me. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is that nobody is perfect. And you might see these videos and think that, wow, Sam's absolutely crushing it. He's doing everything. Or you might not. It's completely subjective with that. But there are days where I really struggle to actually do work. I will do it reluctantly. And some days I just need to refresh and regen or respawn, however you want to call it. Because sometimes I do run myself into the ground, and this is something that I've come to learn from doing this for almost 2 years now, is I got into a position where I was really unwell, had rashes, I was burnt out. What I've come to realise is that it's really important to have downtime and to make sure that whatever you do, you see all this hustle culture online. And don't get me wrong, there are seasons for that where you need to do something, like you need to put yourself in fifth gear instead of third gear, for example. But for the most part, the most important thing, and the thing that I want to reiterate, is don't believe everything that you see online, because what you see online is what people want you to see, which is their best versions of themselves. They don't show you the times when they're sat in bed or lying in or not going to the gym. They only show you the best times. Don't believe everything you see online. And the second thing is, do not compare yourself to those people, because they're in a completely different position, different path to you. The only person that you should be comparing yourself to is yourself. Because I guarantee you, and this is hard to do, don't get me wrong, it's really hard to do, but if I can guarantee you, if you focus just on you and you focus on the path for you, you'll be in a much better position. And then you will come to realise as you grow that all of that stuff that you were worrying about before just goes away. And why does it go away? Because you have different priorities. You're working on something, you're building something. And if you're working and you're building on something, you have a purpose. And if you've got a purpose, well, that's enough there for you to carry on going. You don't need all this social media. You don't need the validation, because you know internally that you can do what you want to do and get to the places that you want to get to. So the main thing I want to get from this, guys, if you are watching this, is don't believe everything that you see. Nobody's perfect. There are days when I don't go to the gym. There's days when I struggle to get work done. There's days, for example, where I wake up at 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, nobody's perfect, and just remember that that's what makes you who you are, and it's about fine-tuning it and being as consistent as possible. And that's something that's just a forever game, something that you're just always going to have to work on. And so most importantly, you just need to make sure that you take action on the things that you are wanting to work towards and your purpose. If you do that, I guarantee you'll be in a much better position in a year's time. Just stay consistent with it. And you know, guys, as always, always take action.